Welcome back to Golden Gloves Boxing, brought to you by Jackson Energy Authority. One thing you can count on. Getting set to get action back underway in the center of the ring. The action this time between Landon Wardlaw out of Hadley's and Brennan Steele out of Paris, Tennessee. This is the 125-pound class range here. Once again, it will be 3 rounds of boxing. Each round will be about a minute long. Wardlaw will be in the red corner with the red gloves, and Steele is out of the blue corner with the blue gloves there. Once again, the action tonight being brought to you by Jackson Energy Authority. One thing you can count on. Phone 422-7500 or visit them at jacksenergy.com. If you're looking for electricity, water, wastewater, natural gas, internet, telephone, propane, cable TV, you'll find it all at Jackson Energy Authority. Again, Jackson Energy Authority, one thing you can count on. As they announce the boxers in the center of the ring, once again, Landon Wardlaw out of the Hadley's boxing group, and Brennan Steele. Steele again out of Paris, Tennessee. Should have some fast-paced action on this one. Once again, Ray Robertson will be the man in charge of the center of the ring. He tells them to touch up gloves and says, "You ready? You ready? We're ready. Ring the bell." And action back underway. Very quickly, Steele with a good right-hand shot. Wardlaw covering up good, taking those shots. And very quickly they tie up, and referee breaks them back up. Wardlaw with the red glove, Steele with the blue. Good combination there by Wardlaw. Right-left combination by Steele. Wardlaw comes in covered up good. Keeps those gloves good and tight around the chin. Steele definitely throwing more shots than Wardlaw is. Wardlaw sticking the glove out there, measuring the distance between himself and Steele, and now they tie up. Referee separates them. We're back underway. Good inside close boxing between Wardlaw and Steele. Good body shot there by Wardlaw. Pushes him back into the ropes, and a couple of shots by Steele. Good left shot there. Good left shot there at the end of the round by Steele. As the first round comes to an end. Once again, the boxing action here at the Rayford Collins Golden Gloves Arena being brought to you by Jackson Energy Authority. One thing you can count on. Don't forget, you can, as we get the replay underway here, get up close, tight action between Wardlaw and Steele. There's a good head collision as Steele spins him around. Be interesting to see if that head collision between the two caused any kind of damage to the nose. Looked like Steele may have caught a good shot right in the nose from that head collision. Getting set to get round number 2 underway. Referee gets him back in the center, and very quickly Steele goes to work on the body of Wardlaw. And a hip toss by Steele. And they get back to the center of the ring. Wardlaw trying to wrap him up and throw some punches. Once again, Wardlaw covers up very well. Steele trying to get some body shots in underneath the blocking of Wardlaw. A right-left combination by Steele. Once again, Steele measuring him back. Sticks that jab out there to measure his distance again, then takes a shot at him. There's overhand right by Wardlaw. Body shots there by Steele into the side of Wardlaw. Once again, it looked like another head collision there, and now the nose is bleeding of Steele. We saw that head collision in the first round. We just had one again, and once again, like I said, it looked like the nose of Steele caught the brunt of it, and once again, it did this time, and got some blood coming from the nose of Steele. Good boxing action, though, between these two youngsters. Go back to the replay on this one. There's that right shot from Wardlaw that came through. A little shot to the back of the head there. There's those side shots that Steele was throwing. Getting set for the third and final round here. Match, again, boxing action being brought to you by Jackson Energy Authority. One thing you can count on, call 422-7500 or visit them at jaxenergy.com. As you see a little dancing machine going on back there underneath the Jackson Energy logo. Third and final round between Landon Wardlaw and Brennan Steele. Getting set to get underway. They've cleaned up the blood of Steele's nose, and we're back underway. Big wind up and a body shot there. Good one from Steele. Steele putting some power into those body shots. He was winding up that right arm and giving it all he had. The referee having a conversation with both fighters. Now steps back, and here we go again. Once again, Steele likes to not really cover up. He lets those arms fly. Wardlaw a little more protective of the chin with those gloves in tight. Left-right combination, a little slip there it looked like. Once again, you see the blood on the face of Steele. No knockdown call there, just a slip by Steele as he slipped on the mat up here. But both fighters doing a good job letting the arms fly. There's a good right cross there by Steele. Both fighters tie up. Referee separates them. Now back to boxing. Just a few seconds left in the fight. And that's it. Bell rings. And we will send this one to the scorecards between Landon Wardlaw and Brennan Steele. Wardlaw out of Hadley's and Steele out of Paris, Tennessee. And this fight has come to an end as they go back over and take the headgear off of Steele and wipe that blood away again. Steele got that nose busted basically from the head collision, a couple of different head collisions in the first and second round. But we'll go to the scorecards as Ray Roberson, the referee in charge, collects the judges' scorecards and he hands one back. He'll pass those off to the announcers table, and they'll let us know who the winner is of this bout. There you see Steele in the blue corner. Golden Gloves Boxing brought to you by Jackson Energy Authority. A lot of great matches that always go on here, and thankfully will continue to go on at the Rayford Collins, as it has been named now, the Rayford Collins Golden Gloves Arena. Hopefully at some point you'll get a chance to check out the interview with myself and Rhonda Collins. Rhonda, who is deciding to step away from ownership of the Golden Gloves Arena. But the boxing will continue, and she'll still have a big part in it. So we get both fighters into the center of the ring. They shake hands. And we'll find out who the winner of the match between Wardlaw and Steele is as we go to the announcer's table as they continue to add up the scores. And here we go. So Wardlaw out of the red corner is the winner of that bout. Wardlaw out of Headley's will take home the bigger trophy over Brennan Steele. Great action there. We'll be back with more action from the Golden Gloves Arena, brought to you by Jackson Energy Authority. One thing you can count on.